Big win today against a formidable opponent in Armstrong. Just a couple thoughts from this game and really the start, especially from Allison Pallone in the circle.
Yeah, wonderful job pitching. She was hitting her spots. Our pitching coach had mentioned, Amber Watson mentioned that she was hitting her spots. And it was so fun to call for her because, she was, when you hit your spots and work ahead, that's what happens. It's a good hitting team, actually a great hitting team. We know that from the past. And she had some tough batters, and they got some big hits, but she didn't have a lot of people on base. Just a wonderful performance.
And you mentioned a past with Armstrong, and I'm sure the semifinals loss last year stings a little bit for you guys. How much was that maybe a point of emphasis coming into today to try and add a little motivation, or motivation already there with it being Armstrong coming into town?
So I believe it was there. Trust me. I've been stinging since 2022, and they're a great team. We've had them down 7-2. We've had them down 6-2. They don't die. Even that last inning, they got a hit. I'm like, here they go again. But she did a wonderful job pitching. But the biggest thing I focused on yesterday, I just sat them down and said, girls, it's not just another game. Every game's a big game. So, every game's a big game. So Armstrong is just as big as Connellsville. Connellsville is just as big as everybody else. So, I don't want them to overblow it. It's not football where you can let your emotions take that much. You have to stay grounded. So we did look at it as just another game.
With it being like last year, you guys beat Armstrong in the first meeting, then lost the next two. How is this kind of maybe a situation where you could tell your group, hey, let's, like you just mentioned, not get complacent and know the importance of these games and keep this focus going through the rest of the year?
Yeah, that's big. And we have a great group of seniors, and we have a great group of coaches that aren't going to let them get complacent. We got Boomer Prady back as a coach, and that's a big thing. Mike Cleveland is always a great help with it, and Jason Canan. Hannah Dobrnik, one of our former players, they're all back, and you saw the difference in the bench. They're just always in the game. And we got some seniors that are great leaders that aren't playing but are yelling and screaming, and just doing their job. So, did I answer the question?
Absolutely. No, you did. I'm glad that you did, because my last question for you, I talked with Riley Morse for our Recruiting Thursday feature. She talked about the two-strike approach that you guys have been working on. How would you assess it today? It looked like you guys were pretty locked in on the two-strike approach.
I'll tell you, they've been taking a handle on it, and we give them 3 or 4 different ways. If they pick out their favorite, and Riley's been doing a great job. They all have been doing a great job. The ones who stand out, Bella Ruby, I moved her all the way up to the leadoff. Not your prototypical leadoff, but she gets on 60% of the time. So with that two-strike approach, she's doing wonderful. So yeah, the girls are really taking it seriously, working on the two-strike approaches all the time.
Well, Coach, enjoy this one. I know a big one for you guys taking down Armstrong, starting 1-0 in section play as well. Congratulations, and thanks for stopping by.
I do have to give one more plug.
Please.
Boomer and Mike work with them endlessly on the outside pitch, taking the ball the other way. 90% of our hits were the other way.
Absolutely, yeah.
Great job, Boom. Great job, Mike.
Good stuff, gentlemen. Coach, thank you as always. Appreciate it.